So Black Ops 7 has been out for a few days now, and it's quite apparent that the community is very mixed about it, not to mention the fact that the player numbers were a lot lower than the Black Ops 6 numbers. And I have played the game, and I want to give some of my honest thoughts on each game mode, disregarding the campaign, because we know that's trash. I also want to give some thoughts as to why the game's player count could be tanking currently. So let's get into the zombies. Now zombies is actually really good, to be honest. I believe that when people were playing it, when the New Zealand game had it early, it was a bit too bland, but now that the Easter egg is released, I honestly think that this map is a good 6 out of 10. It's not perfect by any means, but it's just way too easy as you go into further rounds. I guess, though, this map fixes its difficulty with curse mode, but more on about that later. But the map's aesthetic is perfect. It captures the colours perfectly to create a nice looking map, especially with the skybox. But the map's aesthetic is perfect. It captures the colours perfectly to create a nice looking map. Obviously, this map is still on the stupid Warzone / Black Ops 7 engine, and I hate that about it, but I feel like they definitely fixed some of the problems I was having with BO6. But in honesty, some of the quality life features they added, such as the exfil and perks machine, could have just been fixed in BO6. And this is why I feel like it's just an update to the game. A $70 update, mind you. But for the most part, the map's good, and there's only a few small issues I can think of. I still don't like, such as the armor plates and the obvious things like the HUD, but at least curse mode fixes some of them problems, which is a nice feature to have, and I feel like this map is great setting up. Setting up obviously, doesn't take forever, unless you want the wonder weapon, then you might be waiting until about round 16 for it, and even the Easter egg flows really well. And I am really excited for what's to come next. With the 8 crew members we have, obviously, the voice lines are actually good as well. And I don't feel like they've just been grabbed Warzone sounds and just thought, grenade out, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just feels like nostalgia bait at its finest by Treyarch by adding the Raygun Mark II, but at least the maps had some thought put into it, with the only real problem being that it is on the wrong engine. And I feel like if the map was revamped and made onto BO4's engine, it would actually make the game, the map, a lot more fun. But for the first map, it is obviously showing some good promise. Dead Ops Arcade is back, and I actually quite like it, and I haven't really got much to talk about it here, but first person's pretty good, and obviously that's back again. It's honestly pretty damn fun, and it's a pretty good break for people who don't want to play Ashes of the Damned. But overall, the zombies is good, and I would say if they keep this up, then the game will do pretty well, especially in zombies territory, with the Easter eggs and whatnot. Now, the multiplayer is quite fun, and although I don't know if it's one of those things where I will get bored within a month, like other Call of Duties, but at the moment I'm enjoying it. I've already played more of the game than I did BO6, but there are a few lingering problems with MP. The obvious use of AI is very apparent, and it's a violation to people who pay $70 for the game, and it's just awful. That the calling cards have got to be AI'd. It just makes the game look trash and lazy, but the overall gameplay of MP is actually quite good, and I feel like the engine plays better on MP, especially with the sliding. But the time to kill isn't too fast or too slow, and I like that about it. I do not like, though, the obvious Warzone features in this game, such as obviously camos somehow being carried over from Warzone, and it just seems like it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth in a way. And I still believe Warzone ruined COD, and just reminds me of COD Next. And the guns are quite good as well, and we've had some new, and to be honest, I had been having a lot of fun with the snipers actually on the game. It actually feels like sniping is back, and even the ARs are nice to run around with, and honestly, you can't go wrong with it. Express and Raid being back is peak, and I love the updated versions of them, along with Nuketown 2025, which is actually crazy, because we're already in 2025 now. That's crazy looking back to Black Ops 2 now. But yeah, MP feels great, and it's just a game you can actually chill on now, sometimes, and you don't feel like you get punished for doing well in a game, and I really like that about the game. It honestly gives me straight Black Ops 2 vibes in a way, which is exactly what they were going for, which is good. But there is one more huge problem, and that is spawn camping. The spawns in this multiplayer are absolute trash. It's like hell on earth. It's awful, and it's like I'm constantly walking into people right off spawn and dying. Not to mention that, yeah, most of the maps are great, but some of them are way too small, and to be playing TDM or, hard point on them, such as the Blackheart map, it is awful for spawn camping, and they just need to be fixed here, because I have people running around the map like Sonic and then just kill me. And wall jumping is another feature as well they've added, and it's not really used that much unless you physically have to, or if you don't touch grass and you decide to just do 4 wall jumps in a row. But you get what I mean. But it's one of them like mechanics I'm on the fence about. But the overall gameplay of multiplayer is not too bad, and honestly, I would give it the same rating I would give it for zombies, and I'd say just a 6 out of 10. It's not too bad, but there's still problems with it as well. And obviously, the campaign's trash. We don't want to be talking about the skibbity toilet boss fight. But anyways, the player counts for this game is honestly abysmal. It's still getting 30k players, which is the exact same amount that it had before launch, by the way, like normally. And it's only been a week after launch, which is absolutely insanity to me. And I just feel like they just, at this point, players are just bored of it now. And considering we could have, we could be waiting multiple years to the next COD, which is a good thing actually, because more people are going to want to, they're going to be hyped up to the next COD, I would hope so anyway. But it's just kind of sad that, COD kind of created the problems for themselves and put themselves in this predicament where they've got 30k players after a launch day, after a launch week, I mean. And I also noticed that there isn't much promotion of the game online as well, like Black Ops 6 had. I mean, we got monster cans again with the codes, but that's about it. There's not really any, real advertisements. I don't see it on my phone anywhere. I don't see it, I don't really see it anywhere, except for, maybe the occasional bus that has it on there, and that's about it. And yeah, obviously, as I said before, it just feels like players have just had enough, especially considering it was a reimagined version of Black Ops 2, their best-selling game, by the way, and the one that everybody has played before. It just seems disappointing, campaign-wise especially, and it just seems like they just drag and dropped all of the old characters in, made them look goofy, and just thought, you know what, let's just throw out all of the good stuff in the multiplayer and the campaign. Just throw all the good stuff out of the campaign, and let's just put in this. What is this? He's got 2 attacks and he's got red spewing out his mouth. How is this a boss fight in campaign, by the way? I remember going back to the old CODs, we had World of War where they were proper, they had a proper story into the campaign, and it was it was real. It was real events. In nowadays we're getting this. It's an actual joke, I'm not gonna lie, it's an actual joke. Not to mention, though, as well, it's an online campaign, so you have to play co-op, which, yeah, you can see how that's gonna go. Nobody wants to play co-op, they just want to play it by themselves. Some people just want to play it solo, they don't want to play it co-op. I think if they left that as a feature for other people to play, it would be better, but, it's still not a good campaign overall. I'm gonna be real. I've not played it properly, but looking at the videos of the campaign, there was an airstrike, it'll be on the screen right now. There's an airstrike that you can send onto, I think Menendez it is, and it explodes, and that's how you kill him in the boss fight. And it just looks goofy. It really does. Not to mention that the one that everybody's talking about at the moment, the big head guy, the ending boss fight, by the way, just looks like skibbity toilet, and it's awful. It's actually awful, and it just seems like more players at the moment just want to play Battlefield 6, and it's honestly not surprising, especially with the campaign, the hate on it. It's not going to go well. Not to also mention as well that if you search up Black Ops 7, the most popular videos are just talking trash on the game at the moment, which is another good thing to have, isn't it? It's perfect. But yeah. If you guys did enjoy the video, obviously make sure to like the video and subscribe as well, because that helps me out a ton, and make sure to comment down below with your thoughts on Black Ops 7. Just let me know if you guys think it can make a comeback or not, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video next week, so bye bye!